I took the job because I needed to disappear. Not forever, just long enough for things back home to stop echoing in my head, or at least fade into something quieter. That's how I ended up in a fire watch tower deep in the forests of Montana. The tower stood alone, rising above an ocean of trees. A narrow wooden staircase wrapped around it, leading to a small glass cabin at the top. From up there, I could see miles in every direction. No roads, no houses, no people, just forest. The ranger who gave me the keys barely looked at me. "The radio works," he said. "Supplies every 2 weeks." I nodded. Then he added something strange. "If you see anything unusual, log it. Don't go looking." I thought he was joking. He wasn't smiling. The first day felt peaceful. Too peaceful. The kind of silence that isn't really silence. It hums. It presses against your ears until you start hearing things that aren't there, or things that are there but shouldn't be. At sunset, the sky turned orange, then red, then disappeared into darkness. The forest below became a black mass, endless and unreadable. That night, I couldn't sleep. The tower creaked with every movement of the wind. Even my breathing sounded too loud. Then the radio crackled. I sat up immediately. A soft burst of static, followed by something else. Breathing. Slow, uneven, too close to the microphone. "Hello?" I said. No answer. Just that breathing. Then a whisper. "It's still there." The line went dead. The next morning, I convinced myself it was nothing. Old equipment, bad signal. That's what I wrote in the logbook. But later that afternoon, I noticed something I hadn't seen before. A trail. Thin, faint, cutting through the trees below. I grabbed the binoculars. It wasn't official. No signs, no markers. Just flattened ground, like something had been walking the same path again and again. And it led directly to my tower, back and forth, back and forth. I didn't go down to check. I just wrote, "Possible animal activity." But even as I wrote it, I knew it wasn't true. The second night changed everything. Around 1:30 a.m., I heard footsteps, slow, careful, crunching leaves. I moved toward the window and looked down. At first, nothing. Then, a figure, standing at the base of the tower, perfectly still, looking up. I couldn't see its face, but I knew it was looking directly at me. Not searching, not wandering, watching. I went down the next morning. I had to. The forest felt wrong, heavy, like it didn't want me there. At the base of the tower, I saw them. Footprints. Barefoot. Human, but not quite. The toes were too long, the impressions too deep, like whoever made them was heavier than they should be, or pressing down too hard. I went back up immediately, locked the door, and called the ranger. "I think someone's been here," I said. There was a long silence before he answered. "Stay in the tower." "Has this happened before?" Another pause. "Just log it." Then he hung up. That night, I didn't turn off the lights. I sat in the middle of the room, the radio in my hands. Time dragged. Every second stretched longer than the last. Then, 3 knocks. Slow, deliberate. From below. Knock, knock. I froze. "Hello?" I called. Silence. Then I heard it. Climbing. A scraping sound against the wood, step by step, getting closer. The trapdoor handle began to move, slowly, carefully, like it didn't want to scare me. "Stop!" I shouted. The handle froze. Then, a voice, right below me. "Still there.
My blood ran cold. It was the same voice from the radio. I shoved a chair against the trapdoor. The handle shook violently now, rattling, forcing, trying to get in. I screamed for it to go away. Then suddenly, silence. I didn't sleep. I didn't move. I just waited for daylight. When morning came, I checked the trapdoor. It was still closed, but the wood, it had been scratched. Deep marks carved into it, like something had tried to break through.
"I'm leaving," I told the ranger over the radio. Static. Then his voice. "You saw it." "I don't know what that thing is, but it tried to get in." Silence. Then he said, "It doesn't like it when you leave." My chest tightened. "What does that mean?" No answer. Just static. I packed my things anyway. I wasn't staying. Not another night. As I climbed down the tower, I felt it again. That feeling of being watched. Halfway down, I looked into the trees, and there it was. Tall. Too tall. Its limbs stretched unnaturally long. Its skin pale, and its face smiling. That same wide, unnatural smile. It didn't move, didn't chase me, just watched, waiting. I ran. I don't remember the road. I don't remember getting back, only that I never returned. But sometimes, late at night, when everything is quiet, I hear it. A faint crackle, like a radio turning on, and then a whisper, "Still there." I thought leaving would save me. That once I got out of those forests in Montana, it would be over. That whatever I saw up there would stay behind, lost between the trees, forgotten. I was wrong. The first night back home, I didn't sleep, not because of fear, because of the silence. It wasn't the same silence from the tower. This one felt incomplete, like something was missing. Or worse, like something had followed me and was waiting. I didn't unpack everything, just the essentials. Clothes, wallet, phone, and the radio. I don't remember putting it in my bag. I don't remember deciding to bring it, but it was there, sitting on the floor of my apartment, unplugged, old, dead. At least, it should have been. Around 2:17 a.m., it turned on. A soft crackle filled the room. I froze. Slowly, I turned my head. The speaker hissed with static. Then, breathing. That same breathing. Slow, close, waiting. I didn't move, didn't speak. I just listened. Still there. My chest tightened. "No," I whispered. "No, no, no, no." The radio went silent again, but something had changed. I could feel it. I wasn't alone anymore. The next morning, I convinced myself I imagined it. Stress, lack of sleep. That's what people always say. That's what I told myself. Until I saw the window. It was open, just slightly, enough for cold air to slip inside. I never open my windows, not at night, not ever. I walked closer, slowly, carefully, and that's when I saw it. On the outside of the glass, a mark. Not a handprint, not exactly. Long, thin, the shape of fingers but stretched, too long to be human, pressing inward, like something had been standing outside, looking in. The nights started blending together. 2:17 a.m. every time. The radio would turn on, static, breathing, sometimes the whisper, sometimes nothing, but always at the same time. I stopped sleeping, stopped eating properly, stopped answering calls, because I started noticing something worse. The sounds weren't just coming from the radio anymore. Sometimes I heard them in the apartment, soft footsteps, from the hallway, from the kitchen, But whenever I checked, nothing. It happened on the fourth night, maybe the fifth. I'd lost track. I was standing in the bathroom, staring at myself, trying to convince myself I was still in control, still rational, still sane. Then I noticed something. My reflection wasn't matching me. I tilted my head, slowly. It didn't. It stayed still, smiling, a wide, unnatural smile. My breath caught in my throat. I stumbled back, and the reflection snapped back into place. Normal, but I knew what I saw. And worse, I knew what it meant. It didn't need the forest anymore.
If you made it this far, then you already know something isn't right. And trust me, it only gets worse. I had to stop here, because what happens next shouldn't be rushed. Part 2 is coming very soon, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because next time, it won't just be a story, it will follow you.